and we are actually going to get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So this is an exercise that I actually created for my Lean on Laurel students, but I thought that it would be helpful for us to actually go over it together today. They said that it's helped them not only be able to create more value bombs, but also create an unlimited amount of actual power content topics, as well as those 60-second reels for the How It Works script. So a lot of people have a problem distinguishing between what is a problem versus a situation. Okay. And so what we actually want to do is we want to break down all of these situations into big problems and then smaller problems. Okay. So for instance, a situation for someone who's in the weight loss space would probably be that a client needs to lose 30 pounds or more, right? Some people would say that is a problem, but I see it more as this is a situation. They're in a situation where they need to lose weight. This is a big situation, right? What are three big problems that are keeping them from losing 30 pounds or more? Well, a big problem is they aren't following the right diet. Another big problem is they don't exercise at all. And another big problem is their mindset. These are bigger problems that are worth people getting over the phone, right? But remember, our value bombs job or our power contents job is to help them solve a small immediate problem so that we can help them see the bigger problem. Does that make sense to everybody? So what we need to do is we need to break down our big problem into the smaller problems. These smaller problems are going to be where your value bombs are and your 60-second reels and your power content. Okay. So big problem, for instance, would be they're not following the right diet. One of the problems would be they start and stop keto constantly. A big problem, they don't exercise at all. Well, a problem is they don't live near a gym. So you see how I'm breaking down the situation into big problems. And typically your big problems typically are the pillars of your program, right? Usually, like if someone has a weight loss, there's usually pillar number one solves a specific problem. Pillar number two solves another one. And so if you look at it like this, you're going to start to see how you can literally break down almost anything into much smaller chunks, right? Like we could probably break they start and stop keto constantly into problems. Like you can go as deep as you want with these. So we'll just break down mine. This is an example of mine, right? My client situation, for the most part, clients are stuck at breaking even in their business by the time that they have ad spend. A big problem is their webinar isn't converting. Another big problem is they're only launching direct response ads. Another big problem is they have zero organic in place. And so if I break down their webinar funnels not converting, well, what is a small problem that leads to that? Well, only 23% of opt-ins are pressing play. If they're only launching direct response ads, a problem, they're not nurturing the leads that they already have. And so that is the exercise that I think today will be super helpful for you guys. I'm actually going to give you guys this. This is so new. Like I haven't even shown it to my Lean on Laurel students yet, just my private clients. And so I'm actually going to give you guys this cheat sheet right here for this exercise. Because like I said, my private clients, like as I was working with this, they were like, oh my gosh, I finally see what you're talking about. So I figured it would be helpful for you guys too. So here's where the content piece comes in. Okay, here's where the content piece comes in. You're just going to take one of these. So you would fill out the sheet, right? The content piece. And this is what we're going to talk. This is the script that we're going to talk about today. But I wanted you guys to see this breakdown. Just do one right now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to break down the problem, solution, power content, topic, and then the resource that will accelerate the progress. So if I go here and I just choose one of my problems, I'll say, okay, only 23% of the opt-ins are pressing play, right? So that's the problem, right? So if I wanted to have a solution, it could be start actually, I should say, the headline on your webinar play page should contain this one line, right? Talk about the headline, right? The problem is only 23% of opt-ins are pressing play. The solution is probably lies within their headline on their webinar play page, right? It's not getting here. So the power content topic would literally be this. A resource that will accelerate the process is probably a template that they can utilize in order to write this, okay? So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to do just the first one, right? What is the situation? What is a big problem? And then break that big problem into one smaller problem, okay? I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to do this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to work our way through this script because this is only the beginning of what I need you guys to do. But you can see how this breakdown will help you with yesterday's exercise, right? Because the value bomb right here, the resource that will accelerate the process, that's going to be your value bomb that you can use for a static image ad. You can use the solution for the how it works script. So now you're going to have an entire sheet that anytime that you need to do content, you're going to be able to go to this. And then tomorrow's exercise that I'm going to show you guys is going to ensure that you guys have an infinite amount of content pieces after only doing this exercise one time. It's going to create an infinite amount of content pieces, so you'll never have to do it again. But I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes. This is the power content topic that we're going to use. So if we're talking about, this is the problem, this is going to be the solution. So my power content topic would be change your webinar headline to this, right? So that's what I'm going to talk about, my power content, right? And then the resource can be, actually, I'll just make something up, a chat GPT. I could do something like chat GPT prompt to write it for you. But you see how I did that? I just like took situation, broke it down into what is the big problem, into the smaller problem. You should have a resource for every single problem in your program, right? So if we go here, if you're in the weight loss space, right? Problem, they start and stop keto constantly. You would just plug it in, right? Problem, they start and stop keto constantly. A solution would be, you know, a diet that's better, maybe like a 7-day plan that doesn't involve cutting carbs. You know, why you, and power content topic could be why, you know, this one carby snack is the secret to people's weight loss. And then the resource could be a 7-day fat lasting diet or something like that. Everyone's got their little breakdown. I see Jackie. She's like, yes, I'm ready to go. Give it to me, Laurel. Yes. Next part, right? Let's do this. Okay. So, yep. Steven says this PowerPoint format is very similar to the Reels. Is the only difference the length? The only difference is in the actual, the how it works Reels. It's focusing just on the actual value bomb. So that's the only difference. If we think about it this way, the Reels job is to promote the value bomb. Power content's job is to build the invisible list, give value, and the bonus is they get the value bomb, right? Power content can produce conversations, but the main job of power content are the longer form videos that are going to build our invisible list, where our Reels videos are going to be solely focused on the value bomb. Yep. Would you reveal that headline inside the video in this example? So we're gonna get to that. This is the actual script framework. Recognize this? Power content, headline, promise of value, value bomb, humble brag. What I've done now is giving you guys a framework for the actual content piece. Because a lot of people are like, well, I get your power content headline. I get a headline, promise of value, but I get stuck on what to actually say in the content. Now I've given you a framework of actually what to say whenever you're doing your power content. Okay, so all we're going to do is hit problem to solve, right? If we go back here, what's my problem that I'm solving? Go here. Only 23% of opt-ins are pushing play, right? And I'm going to show you guys how this is actually going to break down. So only 23% of opt-ins are pressing play. What are they currently doing to solve that problem? They keep redoing their webinar over and over again. Why is that not working? Well, no one is even watching the webinar. So you see how I'm doing that? I'm like literally just like, hey, what is the problem that needs to be solved, right? Only 23% of opt-ins are pressing play. They keep redoing their webinar over and over again. That's what they're currently doing to try to solve that problem. No one is even watching the webinar. That's why it's not working. My solution is changing the headline. Why does my solution work? It grabs their attention and gives them the urgency of why they need to watch it now and not wait. What is a resource that will speed up that process? The prompt to put into ChatGPT that will do this for them. How will that resource get them the result faster? They can literally start testing it today and watch their play rate go up by this afternoon. Remember yesterday we talked about working in urgency. Why do they need to do this today? Right? The prompt that they can put literally in ChatGPT as soon as they watch this video. And so I'll actually show you guys what this actually looks like, right? You have your headline, promise of value. So what I'm having you guys do is actually write this piece first, right? Write this piece first. This is actually going to be your framework for the content. Then what I like to tell my students to do is go write the promise of value. Give me the next 4 minutes and I'll show you the only line you need to increase the amount of people watching the webinar. And then what is the headline? Well, it's going to be focused on what is the problem, right? What is the bigger problem that they're trying to solve, right? Bigger problem that they're trying to solve is their webinar funnel isn't converting, right? So I can say something like webinar funnel not converting. Give me the next 4 minutes and I'll show you the one line you need to increase the amount of people watching the webinar, right? So that's how we just kind of like back into this entire script. Let me let some more people in who are late. There we go. So this is what we're actually going to workshop today. So I'm going to let you guys play with it for a little bit. And then what I'm going to actually do here, I'm going to give you guys this script. It's in